Hey YouTube, what I wanted to come to you this afternoon about, and excuse all the water, we just had a major rainstorm to come through here, and but the rain's not what I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about was my camper. My camper's about 2 years old, and I noticed that my battery on my camper would not take a charge anymore. And what's been happening is that basically phantom power on the inside of the RV has been killing the battery. And unfortunately on this camper, when I bought it, I didn't realize that it didn't have a kill switch on it to kill the battery when it's not in use, when it's in storage. So what I ended up having to do is, after a 2-year battery that should have lasted a lot longer, is I had to go out and buy a new battery this weekend. And I had ordered a basically a disconnect switch, I call it a kill switch. Basically what it is, it's a switch that hooks up to your battery. It's installed on your battery box. Here's the top of it. I used an auger bit. I think it was a 3/8 auger bit. Drill me a hole in the top of it, and basically on the inside here you can see where it come through, and I took my pop rivets and riveted it to the top of it, put me a little bit of sealant under there where it won't come off, and then wired my cable in. I got a beefy wire there. That's one thing you want to do, is that you don't want to have an undersized wire here going to your terminal, because it can get hot. That terminal can get real hot, that line can get real hot, and cause a meltdown. So you want a cable big enough that can handle that power going through there. And so basically what you done was, I've seen this hooked up several different ways on YouTube, but I liked the way this one was hooked up. Some of them are hooking it to the red line, to the red power switch, and but then I saw one that was actually hooking it to the negative, and I think the negative is probably the better way, because if you hook these up backwards, you can get quite a shock, or drain something down, or pop some fuses or something inside the camper. So basically what I did was I put this in and wired it back in, and put my kill switch on the top here. And so how this works is that it's all brand new cords, so I've got to get them where they'll stay down once I put my strap on there. Is basically you got this red key that goes into this hole here, and basically the power is, there's no power right now going to the inside of the camper. I've killed the power to it. I've broke the line of power. But what you do is, when you turn this on and turn it all the way out, and how you know that it's on is that you can pull on this and it won't come out. It'll stay on. So what happens is when you go around, I turn my light on under the awning so you can see that since I turned it on, there it is. You can see that the light is on, and so it's getting power to it now, and so everything else in there should be getting power to it as well. So, and to turn it off and to discontinue that power going in there where it's not draining your power, you just cut that off and take that out. You can take that completely out, and now there shouldn't be any light, and there's not. So this is a great little invention here to put on your camper. If you don't have one, I highly suggest that you get one, or you're going to be purchasing batteries, because those batteries, they'll build a memory on the inside. They'll actually crystallize on the inside, and they won't accept power no more. So, or a charge, they won't accept the charge anymore. So it was really not that expensive. I actually got the battery. It's an Everstart. I actually got that battery at Walmart for about $69 total, tax and everything on it. And so that's exactly what I did, was is hooked it up so my jack should work, and now, you know, I should have power now. Well, no, I didn't turn it on. So now I've turned it on, and now I should have power, and I do. So you can see that light burning under there. So this is awesome, little peace of mind. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I plan on doing, is I'm actually going to get me a, I actually have me a little 2-watt solar panel coming, and I'll show you when that comes in. I'm going to hook a little solar panel up to this, so when I have that battery turned off, because the battery will naturally drain, excuse me, and it will drain the power in it, I'm going to hook up that little 2-watt solar panel and wire it up in there, and just run it and lay it up here, or it's got a suction cup, I can put it here. This gets plenty of sun during the daytime around here, so it's, you know, it's right out where I can get plenty of sun. And basically what that'll do is that'll keep my battery topped off. It'll keep it charged. So I hope that this helps someone. And I learned all of this stuff myself on YouTube. I love YouTube, and this was it was not difficult to do. And like I said, you know, I pop riveted that in. I put me a little bit of caulking under the bottom of it, and I had a pop rivet gun. You can use screws, you can use bolts, but I just happened to have a pop rivet gun and didn't really want this thing to fall out. So, you know, what I did was I put it in, and you can see where it comes in the bottom and where it's, you know, where it's wired in. Was not difficult to do at all. In fact, I'll show you some of the I'll show you what I used for it. Some of the tools that I used. When you order one of these, it'll come with 2 of these keys. Be careful, they're plastic. It don't take a lot to turn it, so they do send 2 of them with you, and I would be careful with it. But yeah, I used a drill bit here. It was a 3/16 drill bit to drill out the hole, the pre-drilled holes for the pop rivets to go in. There's the pop rivet, and there's the auger bit that I used. It made a perfect hole, nice tight fit when I put it through there. That's a 7/8. I said a 3/8. That's a 7/8 auger bit, and that actually went through, and it made a nice tight hole to put it in there, and it fits real snug. And you know, a little caulking under the bottom of it will keep it from leaking. So that's what you want. So I really hope that this helps somebody. And you can get all this stuff. I mean, you can order all this stuff on Amazon, eBay. I think I ordered that off of eBay. I've ordered a little solar panel off of eBay. I mean, you can order all this stuff pretty cheap. And make sure that you get, whenever you go to get that that line, you know, make sure you get a big enough line and to handle that. That's probably a little overkill, but you do not want this line, if you hook it up this way, or if you hook it up to the red side, to the positive side, you don't want that overheating. You want this to remain large enough for the power to go through, because that 12-volt battery does have a lot of power. So with that being said, I'm gonna seal this puppy up and strap it down, and I'm ready to go. So I hope this helped everyone, and you know, leave me a comment if I'm doing something wrong. If you see something I could have done better, please let me know. Love YouTube, kind of newbie to making these videos, but it's fun, and I learn a lot of stuff on here, and I hope somebody else can learn from me as well. And have a great evening.